This time today I'm with Chris from Detecting NEPA. We got together and got out a little bit. Don't know how much time we have to hunt. It's going to rain soon. We got onto this older property. It's the first one we got onto. And Chris has already found an Indian or two, but my first good find going to be an Indian out here in the sidewalk strip. And I already rubbed it off, but I think it's 1900. So we'll take that. But all right, I'm going to make these clips kind of quick because, like I said, we're fighting. We're trying to beat the rain. So, all right, we'll see you on the next. Over. Hey guys, what's up? Just got on another find here. Couldn't find it there. Going to be a thimble. It's not silver or anything. It's going to be one of those advertising ones, I believe, which hopefully it cleans up well. I found a couple of wheats so far, and Chris got himself a Washington quarter already, so turned out to be a pretty good spot. But all right, we'll see what else is out here. Get back to you on the next. All right, guys, not 3 minutes after I found that thimble over there, I got a deep signal, and it'll be a silver quarter. It turned out to be a barber quarter. I'm not going to clean it up too much, but 1901, and let's see, I'm not seeing a mint mark, but we'll take that.
I planted it.
Chris says he planted it. I wouldn't doubt it. He was probably up here last night seeding the place before we got here. So, but all right, we're gonna continue. This was on my bucket list this year, and I finally found one this year, so this will be my second one. And it's funny because on the way up here, when we were driving up, Chris said, I want to find a barber quarter today. Well, he got himself a Washington, and I got the barber. So, all right, we'll see you on the next. All right, guys, just found that barber dime, or I'm sorry, that barber quarter about 10 minutes ago. And I had another screaming signal before, and I thought it was going to be another silver quarter, but it turned out to be clad. But just plucked up a silver rosy. Just made it, 1964. But we'll take that. It's another silver on the board. I'm not sure if it has a mint mark or not. Let's see. I don't see one, but all right, we're going to keep on going. Turned out to be a decent place. So, couple of wheats already. Got an Indian out front, that little thimble. So, all right, we'll see you on the next. Hey guys, what's up? Out on another little hunt. Got myself a permission here in town. It's a nice old Victorian. Pretty sure it's a Victorian. Got some age to it, but I just started here in the front, and I'm making my pass down the sidewalk here. There's not much to the property, just a little bit right here and a little bit of the side, but I dug a zinc penny, and I just got a deeper high tone. I don't know if you can see down there in the bottom of the hole, but there's looks like a silver dime there. And yeah, definitely silver dime. Let me see here. Kind of hard for me to see. I'm in the sun. Looks like it's going to be a barber. Let's see here. Yeah, definitely a barber dime. See if I can get a date. It's like 1897. All right. So this was the first place that I knocked at. And a lady was kind enough to give me permission, so all right, already on the board with a piece of silver there. Take that. All right, we'll see what else we can find. See you on the next. All right, guys, been a little bit. Found that dime over there by the sidewalk, and I come up on the other side, and there were so many targets in there. I got a couple of wheat pennies, bunch of modern change, modern pennies and stuff. Over by the house here is just loaded with erratic signals. I think maybe parts of aluminum. I'm not sure, but I got this signal, and I almost didn't dig it because it wasn't very deep, but and it was giving me bouncy signals. But it's my first Indian here, and I mean you can plainly see it on the front, but the back is kind of pretty worn there. Not sure about a date, maybe 18 something. I'll get it cleaned up, show you on the wrap up, but it's pretty well worn out. But all right, so like I said, I did get a couple of wheats after that silver dime to that barber there, and now this is the second old coin. So I'm gonna keep going. Just got a little bit of yard to do here, but I've been getting through it kind of slow because of all the signals in here. A little bit of, you know, little bit of trash, but just lots of modern stuff. But all right, we'll see you on the next. All right, guys, back with another find. That Indian was over there. Did end up with 2 more wheat pennies in here, but ended up with a really interesting find there. Some kind of a token, and it says Firestone on it, but I don't know how old it is. It says the easy way to buy, and I'll get it cleaned up. Show you this on the wrap up. Looks like budget plan, and then there's some writing on the back. When it popped out, I thought it was a modern half-dollar, clad half-dollar, but it's the same size. But it was only ringing up like, oh, I don't know, maybe around 84, 85. And usually a half-dollar is going to ring up in the 90s on my machine. And I'm using a Garrett Ace 400. So, pretty neat. We'll take that. All right. We keep going. See what else we get. See you on the next. Okay, it's only been maybe 2 minutes since I dug the token right there. Swung up through here, got another wheat penny right here, and my next signal, the buffalo nickel. Don't know if we got a date or not. Excuse me. Looks like there might be something coming through. I don't know. I'll clean it up, but all right, scored a buffalo nickel. Happy with that. All right, still got some more of the front to do here. So we'll see you on the next. All right, still going. Coming up along the sidewalk there. Got a signal. Don't know what the heck this is. It's got a circle on it. Looks like, I don't know, some kind of token. There's a little letter right there, but there's nothing else written on it. I'll see if I can look it up later, but kind of weird, but we'll take that. All right, I'll get it cleaned up, show you on the wrap. All right, guys, another signal. Got a couple more wheat pennies over there, but turns out to be a little religious medallion. Looks like the Blessed Mother there, Immaculate Heart of Mary. Down here, I thought it said sterling, but when I cleaned it off, it said Italy. I don't think this is going to be sterling. I mean, I'll clean it up and check, but I don't see any sterling marks or 925 or anything like that. But all right, we're gonna keep going. Dug a lot of modern pennies so far. You know, it's turning out to be a pretty decent yard. One silver, but you know, at least I got the buffalo and the Indian so far. So, all right, we're gonna keep going. See what else we can find. All right, guys, still in the front yard. It's been a little bit, but next good signal will be another Indian. Really hard to see. It's kind of crowded up. I'm gonna have to toothpick that later, but definitely make out the wreath on this side and the 1 cent. So, been a lot of digging. Lots of modern change. I dug iffy signals. If I couldn't figure out what they were, if they were bouncing around, I just dug them. And there's some pieces of aluminum siding, some old nails, you know, kind of the typical things you'd expect to find. But I'll probably just combine this with a metal detecting trip that I had with Chris from Detecting NEPA. That's in the first couple of clips. I'll put that in first and then add this one to it. So, all right, we'll see if we get anything else. See you on the next. Hey guys, what's up? Here to do the wrap up on this week's hunts. Got a chance to get out 3 different times. Twice with Chris from Detecting NEPA, and I did a local house here in town. So you saw the clips. I'll get right to it. The first place I did was Chris and I went out for a little road trip and did some door knocking, and we got on one. So that house was pretty decent. Chris ended up with a few silver coins, and I'll show you a picture of them after this little wrap up here on this place. But he didn't take any video. But we ended up, or I ended up getting, in the modern change, you got 2 quarters, 3 zinc pennies, 10 copper pennies. Got 6 wheat pennies. This one I'm not sure. I can't get a date off of. But they're 1927, 1929, 1930, 1938, and 1948. Also got an Indian head that was 1900. A little bit of rough shape there, but should be able to make out the date there. It's 1900. Had to do some toothpicking on that, and I did get some of the patina, which I hate to do, but it was in pretty rough shape. I got a V nickel that I can't really get a year off of. I can make out 1900 something, but I can't make out that last number. But it's a V nickel. You see the V on the front maybe. And I got an older Jefferson nickel in 1940. So that was only 2 years after they were, I think they started making them in 1938. So, let's see, some artifacts. I think this is part of a door hinge. This was a junker ring, like a little copper ring. I didn't do that. It came out of the ground that way. I got this cool 2-ring bullet. I don't know how old it is, but I thought it was pretty cool. I got a thimble, which is just like an aluminum thimble. It's one of them advertising thimbles. Can't make out the words on it. I mean, I could see some individual lettering here and there, but it's pretty corroded. You can see like a W and an H there, but it gets really bad. But piece to a toy cap gun. This was just a big glob. I thought it was a badge or something when I dug it up. Gave me a screaming signal, and just turned out to be just a glob of melted something or another. And of course, the dreaded rose tag that sounds like a silver quarter every time you pop over one of them. The cool coins that I got, well, I did get this token too. It's some kind of presidential token. It's Abraham Lincoln. It says 1865. And as you can see, it is cleanly sliced right there. It looks like, I don't know, maybe the mower got it or something. But it's I'm not sure how old this one is, but it's a presidential token. Has the years that he was president, Republican, born in Kentucky, Civil War president. And that's all I can get off of it. But a mower or something did that damage. I didn't chop it in half. But ended up with my second ever barber quarter. I found my first one this year, and this is going to be my second one. It's a 1901. Not too bad a shape. It's got some scratches, dinged up a bit, a little bit worn around the edges there, but I don't care. This, like I said, this was on my bucket list this year, and that's the second one that I got, so that was pretty cool. Also ended up with a last year Roosevelt Dime, 1964. So, like I said, I got those 2 silver coins. Chris did get a few coins. He didn't take any video clips, so I can't refer you over to take a look at what he found on this, but I will throw a picture up. How about right now? And those were the things that Chris found. So, the second hunt I did, I went out and knocked on a door down in my old neighborhood where I grew up. Real nice lady, said, yeah, go ahead. She just moved there not too long ago and wasn't sure if it was ever done, but as you can see, that yard was never detected. And there wasn't much of the property, but it took me forever. As you can see, all the signals that came out of it. I mean, there was a ton of modern change there, plus some other signals, as you see here. But as far as modern change, ended up with 3/4, 5 dimes, 2 nickels, bunch of zincs, like 10 zincs, 21 coppers. And I got some more. The older stuff is down the bottom here, but I got this. You saw this one on a clip. I got this religious metal. It's not silver. It's just, I don't know if it's aluminum or not. You can see there's a crack starting right in there. So it's going to fall apart, but still cool to find. I find tons of this kind of, these kinds of religious metals. So this would be a Catholic metal, Immaculate Heart of Mary. Let's see. I'm not sure what this is. This is part of, possibly off of an old umbrella or something. I'm not sure. I've dug several of these, and somebody told me what they were, and I forget. A bullet. This here I thought was a button, but I'm not so sure now. Just a piece of something there. I don't see any. Yeah, that could be a hole there in that rusted piece of metal. Could be some kind of an older button. Well, not that old, but of course some little piece of plumbing hardware there. Old shotgun head stamp, piece of a harmonica reed. Not sure what this would have been. Gave a pretty good signal though. Some pieces of heavier. This I believe is a piece of lead. And another heavier piece, maybe a piece of brass. Plus a ton of other junk. Near the house, between that house and the neighbor's house, there was a ton of aluminum siding. I was getting all kinds of signals. I started digging them, and then after digging about 10 pieces of aluminum siding, I just got away from the side of the house. It was just way too much. But all right, for the old coins, I did get one silver coin right in the beginning, and I made a clip of that. It's an 1897 barber dime. Sorry about the shine there. I have the light on the phone. It just makes everything show up, but the silver shines off of it. But again, you know, worn, but a lot of good details still there. And that's 1897. I ended up with a buffalo nickel that I was able to clear the date up. Of course, you can't see it in the camera, but it was a 1914 buffalo. Also got another semi-old Jefferson in 1958. Got this really cool token. It's a Firestone token. I tried looking it up, and I couldn't find anything on it. But, of course, when I dug this up, I thought it was a clad $50. Just the way it came out. It's the same size as a half. It says Firestone, the easy way to buy, budget plan. And then the back side, there's some lettering there. Oh, here we go. Firestone budget plan. Good for $1. Yeah, good for $1 in trade on any purchase of $10 or more on our budget plan. So it must have been some kind of an advertising gimmick or something. Like I said, not sure how old that is. I know Firestone's been around a while, but also got this, which I thought was some kind of a token. It just says NO, like number. And it's got the little design around the side, and the back is completely blank. And there's no mark where I would think that this was a flat button if it had a mark for a shank, but I believe it's probably something modern. Not sure, but it's about the size of a nickel. I mean, there's the buffalo for comparison. Sits right on top, so not sure what it is, but cool little find. I did get 2 Indians, which were in very rough shape. The one on the right there is 1895, and believe it or not, I found another 1868, which again is going to be hard to see, but because this one here has been a bit toasted. I mean, the front side looks okay, a bit worn, but backside was really hard to clean up, and I was barely able to get that date out of it. But it's 1868, which is a semi-key date coin. I mean, I don't sell anything, but looking it up, it was like in good condition where you can at least read a date. They start off around 40 bucks, so I guess it's the low mintage on them. But also ended up with a bunch of wheat pennies, 12 wheat pennies. The oldest one here is a 1914. And those of you that know about coins, the 1914D is a key date if you can find a 14D. That one is not. It's a plain. And then the second oldest one was a 1918. The rest are pretty common dates. 1926, 37, 40. There's two 41s, a 42, a 1945, a 50, 1956, and a 1958 there. So this is the wrap up on the two hunts that I filmed. Now, I did get out again with Chris. He unexpectedly had a day off of work, and we weren't able to get out until the afternoon, and we were worried about rain and not having a lot of time, so we did get permission on like maybe two places that Chris, I believe he found, I think, 2 silver coins. I found one really cool relic, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. I'll put that in this wrap-up, but there's no clips of it. Like I said, we were kind of like playing with the weather, and I don't know why, but I just didn't take any clips. We were trying to just go in and get the yards done. I figured if I popped a silver coin or something, I would turn the camera on, but I really should have turned it on when I found this one relic. But hold on a minute. I will get right back to you. I'll show you that stuff. Okay, guys, here's that stuff that I was talking about when I went out with Chris the other day. There's not a lot, but there's one item, this item here, that is pretty cool. But I got an old Pond's moisturizing jar. Of course, the detector picked up on that lid. Some miscellaneous junk. There's a brass handle from an old, I don't know, maybe an old garden valve or some kind of little valve turner there. Little cookie cutter. I think that's from a battery terminal. Piece of lead. This was pretty neat. It's a little tin. So you can see the impression in the back there. It's like a little ship or something, but that was right in the same area with the Pond's jar there. There was also a bunch of broken up ceramic tops to mason jar lids, and getting with the zinc caps on them. So I think this was all by one tree, and it was all in one little area. So I think that might have been where they were dumping there. Modern change at 2 quarters, 3 dimes. Is that like 5 copper pennies and about 8 zincs? I did get some wheat pennies on the first place that we got to. Now, that's where the rest of this stuff came from. The wheat pennies, I'm not sure about that date. There was 6 of them, 2 1928s, a 1930, 1935, and a 1951. But the find of the day and the find of the trip was this plate. Now, when I found it, it was upside down like this, and I thought I dug up a Civil War belt buckle. You can see just by the shape of it, right? But this is an identification plate off of an old piece of steam machinery. I posted it on TreasureNet, and a guy got back to me with the patent on it, and it was for a governing valve on a piece of steam machinery, probably some kind of farm equipment, but it says Judson's governor valve, GOV.valve, manufactured, sorry about the shakiness here, let me see if I can fix that, manufactured number, there's whatever number it was in here somewhere, at Rochester, New York. But check out the patent date, patented November 5th, 1850. Now, this house that we were doing, the gentleman told us that the house was built in the 1840s, so it makes perfect sense for this to be there. But this would have been on that old governing valve for some kind of piece of, steam machinery, so maybe some kind of farm machinery or something. You can imagine back in the day saying it was for a newfangled piece of equipment there. Also, another cool thing was got the top of a lock, just the top part of the lock. It says Frame Slaymaker Hardware Company, and on this side it's Lancaster, PA, USA. I looked this up. I looked up this company. The company was founded in 1888, but the cool thing is that I can accurately date this piece to a 9-year period. In 1921, I'm not sure of which one. I think it was Slaymaker. He bought into the company. Their main business was for the railroads, so a lot of these locks, if not all of them, were made for the railroad contract that they had. So they only had this Frame Slaymaker Hardware Company on the lock between 1921 and 1930. In 1930, there was something else happened with the business, and there was another name change. But between 1921 and 1930, this was on the lock. So it's pretty cool to lock it down right into those years. I also got what I believe is a saw medallion. It's a piece that holds the handsaw together. It would hold the handle onto a handsaw. Now, I think this is lead, which is going to be an older one, because I found saw medallions before, but they're almost always brass. This feels nice and heavy. It's got that lead patina on it. It's very soft. It's got a lot of scratches in it. Now, I wasn't able to make out really any. I mean, I could see something in company. It looks like it says DuPont or DuPont. The last 4 letters there underneath my finger are PONT, and there's a U, and I think there's a scratch going right over that section, and I think that's a D, but I don't know what is right in there. EI DuPont maybe and company. I'm going to try to look up more information on this, see how old it is. I mean, these medallions, I mean, I'm pretty sure they go back into the 1800s, and it was on the same farmhouse that that plate came from. So, definitely an older piece. But like I said, it's just really hard to make out, and the camera, as I clean it and bring it up closer, to me it seems like it just gets worse. Starts there. I believe that's an E, an I. Maybe it is EI DuPont, but I don't know. Anyway, if anybody knows anything about this, throw me a comment down below. But all right, so that was the last hunt that I did. Unfortunately, like I said, I didn't get any clips out of this. I should have. I just didn't. I will next time. We're getting close to the end of the season. I'm going to keep going until the weather kind of freezes us out, but now's the slow part of the season. It's going to start coming up now. So we'll get out as much as we can and try to get you some more videos, get some more finds. My ending year goal is to come up with 50 silver coins for the year. I'm at about 44 maybe, so I'm going to try really hard to hit that 50 mark. But all right, that's the hunts. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. And stay safe out there, those of you who are doing this, and good luck. See you on the next, and thanks for watching.